There's nothing like your car. Sure, some are fancier, but yours is yours. The seats adjusted just the way you like it. The aircon set perfectly. At Hertz, we can't provide your car, but we can provide a great range, convenient locations and smooth service, plus 15% off the base rate for AA members. Think of Hertz as your car away from car. Visit hertz.co.nz/AA and book now. T's and C's apply.
You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Last play of the game now is we see Johnson giving it to White. Now Niakori was there. Now Fisher-Harris. And that'll get it done in this game. Australia just a click or too good in this clash here in Christchurch, as they get the game done by 22 points to 10.
Yeah, that was last week. The Pacific Nations Cup continues tonight. Mount Smart Stadium. It is the Kiwis against Tonga with a kick-off at 8:05. The winner will go on to meet Australia in the final in Sydney next Sunday. The loser faces the possibility of relegation. Let's bring in Kiwis Assistant Coach Steve Price. Steve, last week, what were your main takeaways from the test against Australia?
I thought the boys are really courageous. They fought really hard. They put themselves in a good position to give themselves a chance to win the game at the back end of the game. It was 16-10 with 8 minutes to go, and unfortunate. We just had a fundamental error over on our left edge, but it was a really, really positive display. 5 debutants. I thought Kiana at fullback had a superb game, and Phoenix Crosland. So there was a number of good takeaways we could take from the game.
Well, I guess the way the competition works, Steve, is if you beat Tonga this evening, you will play Australia again in the final. So if that happens, would you fancy your chances of beating them?
To be honest, we're not looking too far ahead. It's going to be a really tough game against Tonga. They're a quality outfit. They've got some big mobile men in the team who can cause a bit of destruction. So we're looking at keep growing our game defensively and looking at a few little tweaks offensively. We can make some inroads. So we're not looking too far ahead past Tonga, to be honest.
How much of this week has been about recovery?
Yeah, every test match is high intensity, and we've got a fantastic high performance staff here in the Kiwis, and manage their training loads quite well. But in saying that, you still need to get some volume into the boys and get some intensity with their training, which we have. We felt like we got the week right. We've got a couple of days off too, so the tank will be filled up, and we'll be ready to throw down hard again.
So you've stuck with the same starting 13. In fact, the only change is on the bench where Leo Thompson returns from a suspension here in week 1 of the NRL finals. Was there any temptation to tinker any further with the side?
I think Stacey was really happy with the performance of all 17 members last week. There's a number of guys who hadn't played for a fair few weeks. For the guys who didn't make the semi-finals in the NRL, so it's good to get one game under their belt. You get a little bit of more continuity with the same side except Leo coming in. So that's going to be really positive from a cohesion point of view.
What sort of challenge are you expecting from Tonga tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be a really physical game. It's going to be a brutal start. It's important that we play with our heads and play with our smarts and play with control. I think that's really important. And our kicking game last week I thought was really strong with Sean, and so it's important that we keep growing that. And defensively we've got to be really, really strong. They've got a number of quality back rowers in their team in Eli Katoa and Ola Kawatu, and so we need to be really strong around defensively on those edges, and the young kid Katoa at halfback's the conductor of their team, so we're going to have to be on high alert around him also.
Your specific brief in this coaching setup, Steve, is defence. How much will the defensive patterns change this week against Tonga compared to last weekend against Australia?
Yeah, you don't really have a lot of time to, change too much. It's important that you just get the basic principles right with you. When you first come into camp, and build your foundation off your basic principles, and keep growing cohesion amongst the personnel there. So I'd like to think that we can keep growing a strong connection amongst the group. At the end of the day, they're elite players, and they've come from really strong foundations from the NRL clubs. It's just about marrying that up and putting in a basic foundation to get the guys connecting together.
How's Stacey Jones going as Kiwis head coach?
Yeah, fantastic. The boys are really bought into what Stacey's about. He's he's a real calm coach, very clear purpose, and certainly knows what he wants from the team and what it looks like for be able to go out there and play. So yeah, he's been great in camp, and the boys have been love being coached by him.
And no doubt a big crowd tonight, and there will be a lot of Tongan fans as well. As you know, Steve, they turn up to watch Tonga play as much as they do to watch the Kiwis play. So, yeah, it might be a real cauldron there this evening. How much will you, or will the players, feed off the energy of the crowd?
Yeah, certainly. It's important that hopefully we can, take the noise away by controlling the game. But I'm sure there's going to be plenty of red jerseys and red flags about, and hopefully we can get a lot of black flags and black jerseys also. So yeah, it's going to be a great spectacle, and hopefully we get a big roll up and see two good teams going at it. Yeah,
great occasion incoming. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate your time on match day. That's Steve Price, assistant coach of the Kiwis. They take on Tonga tonight, Mount Smart, 8:05. As I say, the winner will meet Australia in the final in Sydney next Sunday.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday, or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.